close to my heart. We're talking about protecting children from pornography in the libraries. There's the issue of the transgender counseling, transgender mutilation. We had Chloe Cole speak at Capital Clarity last week, and she's a brave soul. She's 18 years old. She was subject to incorrect counseling from some psychologists, and we found out later in her talk that in the state of California, it is illegal to offer counseling to talk a teenager through her or his gender dysphoria. In other words, if you want to try and talk them back towards normalcy, you're breaking the law. Yep. I don't want to ever see this happen here in Idaho. There is a bill that Representative Skaug is running that will make it a crime for anyone to provide counseling or medication, or especially surgery, to a minor to allow them to do this transition. Now, if you look at it, a 13-year-old can't go out and buy a pack of cigarettes. They can't buy a single beer. They can't vote. They can't buy a gun. But we as a society in some areas of the country are allowing them to make an irreversible decision to cut off parts of their body. This is what happened to Chloe. When I say she's a brave soul, there were people weeping in the audience, including me. It was just so horrendous, the things that she was advised to do. The only reason her parents consented to allow her to do this, and she had this decision to make on her own, was because the parents were told by the psychiatrist that if they didn't go ahead with this transgender surgery and transgender hormone blocking, hormone treatment, puberty blocking, that she would probably commit suicide. So here we are, the psychologists, so-called mental health experts, are giving them two false alternatives. Either do this surgery or your child will commit suicide. This is just absurd. Bill Skaug does have this bill, Bruce Skaug does have this bill to prevent that from happening here in the state of Idaho. And one other thing I'd like to give advice to the freshmen, and there are a number of them, not just here, but down in the state. We have to differentiate between authority and ability. We've been given so many funds the last couple of years through CARE money and ARPA money. We've just been throwing a pile of money that actually just creates debt on the federal level. And we've been given this false alternative. We've got to spend this money for the good. Just because we can do something doesn't mean that we should. A perfect case is this, what has been referred to in one of my emails from a constituent, the High School Senior Welfare Act. It's the $8,500 given to a student who graduates from high school to be used at any educational institution that he or she would like to expend it on for technical certificates or towards his higher education. We receive this money, this pot of money, and instead of focusing on where that money came from, which is from all of you, we look at where we can spend it. So just because we have the ability to spend doesn't mean that we have the authority to take it from someone who needs it more than that 18-year-old that can go out and get a job, get an internship, go out and become an apprentice, learn the hard way like the rest of us. If he or she does not work for that money, it's free and it has no worth to them and it's going to be wasted.